Abusia yamma kwaba shonko so eba POG Media. Ene yedembeko highway ne so. Highway ne de ensem bebre wo so a yen so yaje pene se yebeme abidwafo no ahu de ekọ ene de eba na den na ekoso ewo highway ne so. Eye obowura Ghana hase ya sisi ano danger bi ebobo ba enye asem keto akra. Kwaku anan aba drop saa audio no ama yen so ye de bre abedwafo no se ne be ya Ghana yebehu ba bi a yetutu ye nan ayeden afa eye US Army ena yisi ano omo secret meeting bi elikia ye kire say US president no astart ma ye train military fo a omo ba be bawura Ghana hase na kire omo abeseti coup ewa ha enti no sisi ano secret meeting na ekoso UK fo ye US fo nso ye na omo aka abom na kire omo e de aba be dismantle Ghana enye asem keto akwa kwaku anan aba be maye hot details asan so abo audio no akire ya de ekoso no enye asem keto akwa enti sisi ade na Addo dankwa Akuffo Addo Dr. Bawumia and even December elections 2024 ebekoso kra no kwaku ana ekire say sepa say nipa na obenya tumi no ye de nasi ade so no ebeden ewo Ghana hase na ye nche kra no ye bepe se ye be me abedwafo no be me akọ na yakọ akotie ensem a ekoso ewo highway ne so na ansa na ebekọ no owo ensem kan bi afa hye ye comment section like share ma afoforo nso ensa intumi enkabi na ansa na ebekọ no owo ensem kan bi afa hye ye comment section like share ma afoforo nso ensa intumi enkabi madam ase
from God. There may kind na say Ghana for say a ko yenko to dwe ni mu a mesrew ye mampa ye bi nkoma omanpeni no His Excellency Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo. The fact is say or your president nan you may be enkoyi. I have said this time and time, said dark clouds covering our airspace, and this dark clouds is quite heavy, troubling, and can confront the political stability of this country. As someone may catch them with and said, Mununkum kakrakebia bekata omeyi so. Na sa mununkum ya meka ho asemi. Ewuranom dati bio enche o. Sa mununkum ebe mimi ebe kata omeyi so once and for all. And there'll be what? A total eclipse, or if you like, darkness. Nebi ana wuni bebi a me free bentina ma wote ho you find yourself in the Alice of Wonderland. Na kweku kro person kire sen Ghana for net sa. Anadwi de di kan na me bomfo ni bi a kire tie video no mu nsem ye. Me se den tie video no mu nsem ye. Na afi mi bisa the government, the United States government, America for buying, me can woman krabata ewo memu ha said, is the US government training any group of persons or person to stage any military coup in Ghana? And of course, America buying one more training obi se omeye coup ewo Ghana ha. And the crazy American government in all training nipa bi so muyeku Mali, Niger, and some other parts of the African countries are now. And the crazy well, I don't know. I'm just asking these questions, folks. But I want you to take your time, watch this video carefully, listen to what is in the video, and make a sense of it all, folks. Anytime I come after your national security chiefs, and the hopes he has worked with them before, or no one who said, well, national security chiefs, Juma Bain, Bambo Ben, or Medebo Mino, Ahu Bobain or Maye, and now ye can say, if you pray to ₦ێcrɛt may say Ghana I am naked, complete naked. The president of this republic is naked. Anything can happen. When you talk about foreign aggression, it's a no-go area. Yes. I'm speaking to Ghanaians tonight. Wherever you are listening, you are hearing, watching. We are not in normal times. Take a listen to this video and listen carefully.
We certainly provide soldiers for that, yes.
General, do you know what is going on in Niger right now?
I know there's some challenges over there in Niger right now. I don't think that we are actually in charge of that mission that's on the ground.
Well, yeah, we just heard the Secretary say you've got soldiers there, so we're gonna dive into that to some extent. Do you know what the status is of diplomatic overflights to our installations in Niger?
Yeah, I'm vaguely tracking that that's a challenge over
Well,
there.
yeah, I mean, it's not a challenge, it's binary. Are we allowed right now to do diplomatic overflights in Niger? Yes or no?
I don't know exactly. I don't track that close. I don't
we're
think.
allowed to do those diplomatic overflights?
I don't, but I'm sure the Africom commander does.
Yeah, but you guys just said it's in the budget you're asking for to do these training and equip missions. One of them is in Niger. In Niger right now, the government has stopped us from doing diplomatic overflight missions. So we have Army soldiers right now in Niger who aren't getting their troop rotations, who aren't getting their medicine, who aren't getting their supplies, who aren't getting their mail, and the two senior people in the United States Army are sitting before me, and it's like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Are you going to do anything for the soldiers that are in Niger right now who can't get medicine? Yes or no?
Congressman, certainly we can talk to General Langley and make sure that...
I've talked to General Langley. He comes in here and never has really good answers. I mean, I asked him for information about how many of the coup leaders we had trained, including in Niger, and Ghana, and Mali, and the Ivory Coast, and he didn't even produce his report on time. So pardon me for a lack of confidence in General Langley. What I'm telling the two of you is that you have a responsibility for these soldiers in Niger. And General, you would agree with me with the premise that we should never sacrifice the well-being of our service members to avoid political embarrassment, right?
Congressman, I will tell you, I'm not tracking that somebody in Niger is not getting their medicine or their mail, but I will follow up.
You don't even know the status of diplomatic overflights. How about the great power competition? You would agree on training and equip missions. We would never want Russian soldiers at the U.S. installation where we're doing training and equip, right? That's not even a tough question. You would agree?
Yes.
And so if there were Russian soldiers behind the wire at Airbase 101 in Niger, where we have soldiers doing a training and equip mission, that would concern you, wouldn't it? Right. Well, I'm here to tell you we've received reports that they run out of medicine in May, that they cannot get their troop rotations. And you know why you don't know that? Because it's a cover-up. Because the U.S. Embassy in Niger is covering it up because of Secretary Blinken's embarrassment. Because Blinken went there in March of 2023 and said this was the centerpiece of our Africa strategy. This was the model of resilience. And then, lo and behold, the very coup leader we trained takes over the country. And then we struggle with whether or not to call it a coup. We've now called it a coup. Since we've called it a coup, now they won't let us get folks in and out. And so I'm looking at what could erupt as another Benghazi, where there is no mission to do. There is no train and equip right now with the coup leaders. So we got a bunch of people sitting around without their supplies, without their medicine, and the whole reason intelligence isn't getting to us is because the embassy is blocking it because Blinken is humiliated that this failed. And I've used my 5 minutes on everything in the Army right now because I have constituents who are there in Niger and they're wondering how to get water. Did you know they can't even get clean water? Did you know that the partner nations that we have at that base with our soldiers, the partner nations, the Italians and the Germans, they've stopped cooperating with us. They won't even help us get provisions to our troops because of the status of forces agreement that we have with the government being deemed invalid. I'm just a country lawyer from North Florida, but this strikes me as something the two of you should know about.
We certainly provide soldiers for that, yes.
General, do you know what is going on in Niger right now?
I know there's some challenges over there in Niger right now. I don't think that we are actually in charge of that mission that's on the ground.
Well, yeah, we just heard the Secretary say you've got soldiers there, so we're gonna dive into that to some extent. Do you know what the status is of diplomatic overflights to our installations in Niger?
Yeah, I'm vaguely tracking that that's a challenge over
Well,
there.
yeah, I mean, it's not a challenge, it's binary. Are we allowed right now to do diplomatic overflights in Niger? Yes or no?
I don't know exactly. I don't track them that close. I don't
we're
think.
allowed to do those diplomatic overflights?
I don't, but I'm sure the AFRICOM commander does.
Yeah, but you guys just said it's in the budget you're asking for to do these training and equip missions. One of them is in Niger. In Niger right now, the government has stopped us from doing diplomatic overflight missions. So we have Army soldiers right now in Niger who aren't getting their troop rotations, who aren't getting their medicine, who aren't getting their supplies, who aren't getting their mail, and the two senior people in the United States Army are sitting before me, and it's like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Are you going to do anything for the soldiers that are in Niger right now who can't get medicine? Yes or no?
Congressman, certainly, we can talk to General Langley and make sure that...
Oh, I've talked to General Langley. He comes in here and never has really good answers. I mean, I asked him for information about how many of the coup leaders we had trained, including in Niger, and Ghana and Mali and the Ivory Coast, and he didn't even produce his report on time. So pardon me for a lack of confidence in General Langley. What I'm telling the two of you is that you have a responsibility for these soldiers in Niger. And General, you would agree with me with the premise that we should never sacrifice the well-being of our service members to avoid political embarrassment, right?
Congressman, I will tell you, I'm not tracking that somebody in Niger is not getting their medicine or their mail, but I will follow up.
You don't even know the stats
after
of
this.
diplomatic overflights. How about the great power competition? You would agree on training and equip missions. We would never want Russian soldiers at the U.S. installation where we're doing train and equip, right? That's not even a tough question.
Great, folks. And I'm sure so all of you, Ubia was ewo from Biano, what's it? Their generals, ﷺ US congressman. Now, guess what? Are they training people to take over the government of Ghana? Is there an impending military coup? Coup is Mali, Niger, and all around us. Why nim ne shishe Kwekunyame na American. Did you hear that? Mote. To the Montratra Jubilee House Blue Gate and all installations in Montratra Honamunye di anapa ewiania nadwo. Na media meka say ya na about 3 weeks ago, if I recall, I said it here. Me say ebiana election 2024 abatwo no ebiana yanto. Yebeto so a minim who and omudini besi akunwa so. Me pese me kan bebre na kwaye se kwekunu no kansem. Tonight, Ghana Speaks would be short. However, we shall pose some questions to the following persons. Afisa anepe yebe pursue questions be their mama. Although we know they won't come out to answer the questions, but still, we shall table the questions. 1. We demand to know from the 7-member ad hoc committee chaired by Honorable Samuel Atachiam, a member of parliament for Achimebwakwa South constituency. Where is the report of the committee? Atachiam was that ad hoc committee nano. The 7-member committee munamuko investigate the Inspector General of Police. And some way piano, ye be so rat touch as a report on a Number 2, did the reports actually made some adverse findings against the Inspector General of Police? Ye bisa report on a kabibiswa and some fata a YGP one as a gun of Fuhuana nebe de basem. Number 3. When is the committee going to release that report? That being we release a report. 4. Why has it taken the committee such a long time before today? Mosha says say how many days, weeks, month? Until the internet report in my 5. Is the committee trying hard to cover up some adverse findings against the IGP? And now so baby Edre and Sembi Womwa Ebuegu at IGP Neswa. More try some ubesies and no yibi free one. Sana 70. But Makane several times say, Ora Samuel attach ye. do not try this. Because answer na mobile trauma report no. And will be kind of before he was. You could be na me trauma the report na ba. White paper back can I don't know. Me trauma. Ghanaians will know the extrajudicial killings, the pseudo organizations, IGP, at Ghana police, when we have to know all of it. We need to know. Ghanaians must know. And in a segment we hear from Ghana speaks Ghana for a so muhu. Now, some questions for or to the Inspector General of Police himself, Dr. George Akuffo himself. We want him to help us clarify the circumstances surrounding the above. The above what? 1. What is this volcanic lava? What is this volcanic lava streaming in the police administration? IGP. A volcanic lava bang and I in Suira and non police administration. Adiabasem. Adibi Koswo Ghana police moi. A brand for Debe Migu National Security Force. Na asem kesia ebu bowo Ghana Police Administration mono. Hey, a hoso asamonko. Ghana Police Service, IGP. What is this gross discrepancies, i.e., promotions for police administration, apparently going down the abyss, and the serious and the dangerous impact it's going to have on the service? Promotions, basa, ekwaso, ewa Ghana Police Service. Dioba police mu nanu yei. There be, for some reasons, IGP promoters and pay above 10 senior officers. What is going on? Will be by police within 2 years. Na any pebia police service for more than 10 years, 15 years. Na IGP promoters any pay. Now what what are you calling for? Are you calling for the morals of the service to go down? Now, mebao IGP, don't you know, sir, the promotion now, yadema servicemen, motivation. Look, military, police, fire service, national security, all the security services. Sometimes, meet me, I say, when my kid to him, piece, one more ranks. Meboa, wamumeka se kwekubwa, wamo ranks. The ranks, yadima sa service people we serve as a motivation to the servicemen. Enunti, and yaka says services to God and country. Because police officer na semne onu die, se ye na yadano, wanu obechi, sojanino, fire service man, no, immigration officer, no, custom officer, no, this is what they are all for. Other than that, so promotion at the moment, a motivational, Emma a boost morale at the age. IGP, they are away. Now, can you imagine, sir? A police officer has been promoted 3-4 times within a year. Ni babeson. Promotion ni party to her on form of promotion mom. What is this selective kind of promotional service in the Ghana Police Administration? Now, all right, Interior Minister, look, wake up. Interior Minister, Messi, wake up. IGP na dia warrior and one. Minister, all of you are picking intelligence. Look, in the coming days, now the National Security Police. Muina ejada mufio ejada ho papa na mentiasie, and I know say asema mi ken police council mpanimfo are aware and they are not happy yet they cannot tell the IGP say IGP ade we and send them fata. Can you imagine a young police officer will be promoted above his seniors to the extent say send pay IGP etumi promoted by 3 times. Now one more Wabu promotional deal no. IGP se me fa momo. E dey na IGP wo pa kire. What have these officers done to you? Why? Na mamenshaha. Na mibisa. How in the regulatory order of the police service, a police operative can be promoted 3 times ahead of his senior colleagues before the year will end, as well be promoted during the year, whilst others have not yet received 1 promotion ever since. Why? Inspector General of Police, what is going on in the police service? And you may be no radam paraye or wa. Nina ekopie ad hoc committee nenim. I may try no more report naba. But I can only end with a question. So yi question nano. Sir, discrepancies way of these promotions are ekoswa. Why are selective in the promotions? Some top police officers were marked retirement as our promotion on Mansanka. Yet womuna dia memenfe edukufie. And then one more police nim se sia na sad way cost no womuna ye steady and omodo om lenses ehwa IGP no. Asem kese bi besi Ghana. Eranom hwe mi gosu ka sa kire Ghana fo. Asem kese bi ba o na frank kan sisu o. The national security chiefs in the air, the domestic police for penny for and so air, kabum. Asembesi. Tiramede me catch them one say, Mo fam paye bi and come mun penny for no munyanka kaye, no muntime reason. Because so Akuffo pabet no manim, Emma Akuffo bonia babe 2 fois. O mine bebo ni na so ye beji yesapi wo manim. Na mamemra chief of staff. Mami Frema opare or say opare now whichever the way goes. Chief of staff. Mami Frema or say opare. And I'm eba also. Office of the President, Jubilee House. We here at the front line want a confirmation or she may want to deny of the following. A report prepared by some high-ranking national security operatives on the following persons: Coordinator Edward Kweku Asumeni. Yes. Edward Kweku Asumeni, and Director of Intelligence Bureau Nana Tobra. The report apparently came to Jubilee House for the president perusal. However, the Chief of Staff Office intercepted the report and called both intelligence chiefs and gave copies of the report to them. Mami Frema Opare, Yepesi Ebisa, would you come out and confirm this or deny this? Kratebia emuye hua and somewhere woman Ghana for anwa shiye. Na krata no na eko omampeni aso eso omampeni hwem for the perusal. Chief of Staff Office woman intercept report no. Or intercept report no and ofre sa mpenifo no a intelligence chiefs no ofre wonom. Edo omo trase na ode copies de ma se monyina mo hwem nsem a ya trafa mo. Ye ka say report no enkodru omampeni hoye. Yes. We have a copy. Now me say Chief of Staff Mami Frema say opare come out and tell us. And that's all we want to know. When we say Ghana for Ntikweku, Muntima say, me bisa Ghana penifua, muna mu ye the movers and the shakers, so muna mu control Ghana's consolidated fund. Muna mu sika for them. Now so ye baby sama a border on Ghana mu ya no that. Na mo tetempu mechi na mo hwede eko. This action by Chief of Staff, indeed, have risked the lives of these high-ranking officers of the National Security Agency. And we want the Chief of Staff to respond to the above development. It's a developing story, and we are following. Afiyanko, the third person, Dr. Isaac Owusu Mensah. Ononoye, Director of Research, Office of the President. Again, the front line want to also pose this question to Dr. Isaac Owusu Mensah. Director of Research, Office of the President, did he apparently speak to some persons or a person that he was going to deliver the report to the President about the National Security Coordinator, Kwaku Asmeni, and later turn out, rather, he secured some form of compromise position with the National Security Coordinator? Can he come out and confirm? Mr. Usumenza, wait me about one thing. Said, "Sa report here now no Monday, Wednesday, you be di hunkomo. Now we need penifobia di hunkomo sa wo de come president no. Eba na saying, and the cresa woni the National Security Coordinator Edward Kwaku Asmeni dim komobi, and out of some common compromise your position, and so that report didn't go to the president." Now let me say this, Colonel Opoku, wherever you are, Colonel Opoku, may say wherever you are in Ashanti region, you are saying on some MPP platforms, say, they should not give any credence to that report. But Colonel Opoku, once upon a time, you have been a national security coordinator before. Ewa him from Blue Gate before you do call. You him from Ashanti region or whatever the commanding sector you do call. And you know some of this. Now, who Colonel Opoku na would talk? You are a very good friend, but I don't care whether being a friend. I have to shame you, expose you. And you man we are on national security. Colonel Opoku, so one come one to I will expose you so bad. Now Ghana for me when you go say before Ghana any the armed forces, I'm telling you, our commanding officer, Lieutenant General Pompepra, will call you to order. Perhaps it will lead to your dismissal. Colonel Opoku, when I make us ask him which now, me some phone. I am aware and I'm monitoring some MPP platform. Colonel Opoku, now no report here due to Colonel Opoku is talking to some MPP top hierarchy. Say, hey, womunya de womunya na kwekwana kofa report tibia no beka ho asem na yabeka say national security report. Absolutely rubbish and balderdash. How dare you talk like this? Okobisa Owusu, did you go and ask Dr. Isaac Owusu said, did he actually receive the report or he did not? At what point Kwekwanan could be making story out of that report? By the way, those unscrupulous national security officers should come out and answer questions. They won't come. So, Colonel Opoku, you are a friend, but I'm sorry. If you want to talk to MPP people, get your facts. One kasano attend to Russia woto. Mesime bow so you are a friend, and I want you to stay cool. What could you post as I say, are you brigadier? Please, Colonel Opoku, stay there. And you man we hear Blue Gates. And you man we among Fosika was short change about bottom. The properties you have in this country. Hey, my goodness. Hey, Colonel Opoku. Please stop this. Stop this. I have so much report about you. Okay? There's a highly explosive material, well acidic enough, landed in this country. As far as Ghana Revenue Authority we're investigating this acidic material. Ghana for being one day, how this material got missing at the Port and Harbors. Courtesy wine, Colonel Opoku. Colonel, don't go there. Don't provoke me to the brim. And yes, sir, me no be a rough. One more good national security, one more let us deal with them because they are not there in their own private capacity. They are there in the capacity as what? Servants and services to God and country. When you post no do brigadier, come on no any do brigadier no. I will be our Southern Command. Please. Now, Aya Ora, Vrenezane, Owusu, ya the Wesi ho. Ya pese we den, uba na ube church ube deny st0řm. Finally, now to the National Security Coordinator himself, Aya Edward Kwaku Asmeni and Ayeba also. The frontline wants his confirmation to this report, or he should come out and deny. Did he try to force his building opposite the Foreign Affairs Ministry? Kwaku Asmeni would die be our Foreign Affairs Ministry or Mirage 2. Mabeka ho asem, but up to now ontimi fa enekre ne mai. Na mibisa no, did he try to force his building opposite the Foreign Affairs Ministry down the throats of the national security to rent at an inflated cost of $200 million United States dollars for over 10 years, and after the period, the property would return to him? And yes. And the Crescent National Security Coordinator, Kwekwasmini, would the Addo would the be rented national security? $200 million, 10 years. We are automatically a Dine Beba won't change. Did you do that? Ibisao. But the other me wishing is there. And Jem Koba say, Kweku, me can some gumu sukeke. Nanchamu yin some nano, na Ghana for na mosum womono. Ehumunekre. Now some more marbon. You want to keep quiet. But me, and then penny for na maybe someone say IGP. Sa indiscriminate appointments in our own year train. In the coming days, a Jabeso headquarters or police service. Chief of staff, report ebedi ho. Report no, what the afakwan bi so, Fakoma President Akuffo. Monfa report no, go and give it to President Akuffo. President no more bokeke. Akuffo what more too much. Monfa report no come no. What was the director of research or office of the? If the president is not there, nobody at the Jubilee House has work to do, including the chief of staff. Now, so Isaac Owusu, Dr. Isaac Owusu Mensah couldn't even see the need, necessary, relevance, importance to say, Nensaka security report or what kind? No, do you know the writer of that report? No. Why in here one for report and command the intelligentsia? But he brought the report to your office. And another make a report. Also was not copied though. The Gov't wrote the report and sent it to his office straight up. One copy. Do you know why? Because the writer of the report tonight, breaking code. The writer of that intelligence report doesn't believe all of the above. The intelligence chiefs, the whoever, all of them. He doesn't believe anybody. But opposite president ni who be a course say onu ankasa president Akuffo ni nephew anase ni nua oni den eye gabi esario sasare ochredako ekwanya ene brabonia wode dankwa institute ode ye den ode ba be say ni tu ni firi ade so. The last person I question say no Gabi afi Gabi asrochedako. I'm looking at you in my camera wherever you are in the world or in Ghana. Mihiamo about 48 hours. Come and tell Ghanaians why you took it upon yourself at the blind side of the president to be changing the security chiefs in the country and intelligence chiefs. Why Gabi would have to do this? Bibisao. Gabi Asrochidako and control Facebook. Come issue a statement, proper statement in Ghana for you who say Kwekwanen is a liar. Other than that, from a near Makasa we say Gabi Asrochidako went to Myanmar. We are truthful, you coachini, now we are nipa bonini, now we are the enemy of the state. That will be the name. Tonight, if Gabi Asrochidako went to Myanmar Bontain, and me yin Samanwa, Ghanaians and the governing party NPP, see, Gabi is the enemy of the state. And me didn't see her, me call short break, me ba. Ghana Speaks extension, of course, with Hobson Yahweh Addo exclusive one-on-one. Coming shortly, straight at your door.
Abusunya wene ensama ekoso ewo highway ne so na eye US Army and I see ano omo ye training the denden na omo abo apim wo Ghana ha se ya na yesa na nado dankwa Akuffo ado no the government ni de omo ba betu ase kra enye asem keto akra ye bede abidafo ase se omo je pene kokoti sa audio we e de emaye aha POG Media.